Lilu, I know you're excited that there are some cool Batman cameos in this film, but this is a Flash movie. Get with the program! Holy Schneider cut, that was a fast change! Are you some kind of Flash dog? And why am I now holding a treat? Oh, I see what's going on. Buckle up, let's talk The Flash. It is actually quite shocking that this movie even exists, as it has been through more drama than an episode of Days of Our Lives, after being bounced around for years by multiple directors and writers. The chaos didn't end there, as controversy after controversy has surrounded this project long after it was completed. If that wasn't enough, the HBO merger with Discovery and the DC Universe crumbling all around it, with a shakeup taking place as the Zack Snyder era ends and the James Gunn one begins.
And here we go.
This film has endured everything, and now finally is in theaters. Could any of this result in actually a decent film? Is it even possible? Can the Flash go back in time to save the DC Universe?
You've got to come back with me. Where? Back to the future.
In the shadow of Marvel's success streak, it seemed like more and more that the DCU was trying to mimic and replicate Marvel's formula of action and comedy. I personally never felt that DC has been great at achieving this without feeling forced and, just always came up short of that Marvel formula. Even Marvel themselves seems to be having issues trying to create that Marvel magic during this current phase. Thor, Love and Thunder was way too silly, and Ant-Man, well, that was just a complete mess. So, it isn't easy. With all of this, how could I not go into this film with such low expectations? Well, ladies and gentlemen, like a bolt of lightning, this film is the shock and jolt the DC Universe has been looking for. Much like Spider-Man No Way Home, swooping in to remind us why comic book movies are the fun, can't-miss summer events that they are. DC finally made a proper Marvel film. I compare this to Spider-Man No Way Home because it shares so much of the DNA. Both stories feel big, with high stakes, but at the same time feel very personal, and personal enough that we have a real connection to the characters. The films also have great action sequences, heart, humor, and fun. Lilu, fun cameos. Let's just say that these films know their comic nerd audience. The closest cameo to my heart in this film is 1989's Batman.
I'm Batman.
Michael Keaton is my Batman, Lilu. He's mine. The one I grew up watching over and over. Like this little young lad right here. Lilu, I was that cool at a young age. Don't be jealous. Lilu, tennis shoes, really? I'm sorry that they're not exactly canon and not up to your Lilu standards. Such a picky little poodle. Michael Keaton is not wasted in this film. If anything, they further develop his character and give him some awesome action sequences that technology wouldn't have allowed in 1989. I was in pure fan heaven seeing my Batman come to life again. Never thought that would happen, Lilu. Just so freaking awesome.
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
Yes, this is fan service. And let me tell you, this fan felt serviced. Wait. That sounds a little awkward. Lilu, let's just move on. People throw out the term fan service like it's an insult that movies have to exist in a state of purity that doesn't acknowledge their source material or history. That's what is wonderful about having a deep franchise where you have like a loyal fan base and great material to draw from. I want to see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield come back as Spider-Man, or Michael Keaton don the cape once again. The trick is not to treat them like some throwaway Easter eggs, but honoring the origins of these characters. It comes from a place of respect and understanding. As a fan, I want these moments, but not at the expense of the story or my beloved character. I would say this film gets it right and uses them to enhance the current storyline while still giving those fun callbacks to the past. There are some fun ones in this film, but I won't give that away so you can discover them yourself. I am an absolute sucker for time travel elements, and although this has been done a million times, they found a way to do it a little differently, and it worked. Barry Allen's backstory was the driving force and effective emotional core. I cared about all of these characters, including 2 different versions of Barry Allen. I guess double the Barry, double the fun. Lilu, roll the double mint commercial. We are not endorsed by gum, but we could be. That's right, I'll sell out. Show me the money! He was just a wisecracking side character in Snyder's Justice League, so I was very impressed that they found a way to give his character more depth. They free present-day Barry from the one-dimensionality by contrasting him with his younger self, allowing present-day Barry to take on the complexities needed for the emotional lead character. Ezra gives a wonderful performance, especially considering he is acting with himself for most of the time. Their banter is so fun to watch. Another wonderful performance that has to be mentioned is Sasha Calle as Supergirl. She was so wonderful in this movie, and my heart is a little saddened thinking that we might never see her again as DC reboots this entire universe. Hopefully, we'll see more of her, perhaps in another metaverse. This film is just simply fun. The Flash never slows down in terms of constantly giving us satisfying action sequences, hilarious moments, and fun surprises around each corner. The film also kept me guessing what was coming next, which is unusual for the superhero genre. With all of this spectacle, it is also surprising to find a lot of heart and emotion, which drives the entire plot. There are villains, but the conflict is much more from within, which makes for a much deeper and more interesting story. That being said, even the fastest man alive can't outrun this film's biggest flaw: the CGI! The CGI! What in the modern film world is going on here? This is a time leap backwards to the early CGI Uncanny Valley creepy plastic look. It isn't quite real, and it isn't quite artsy or stylized enough that it looks deliberate, so it is noticeable, and it does break you out of the moment quite often. The director, Andy Muschietti, I hope I'm saying that right, Andy Muschietti, has said this look is deliberate and apparently how the Flash sees things through the slow motion bubble. If this is indeed his intentional choice, I'm afraid it does not work. I think most people will walk away criticizing this CGI. He also seemed to have a lot of criticism with his other movie, It 2. The CGI is distracting, yes, but I think it would be a shame to judge this film on this one big flaw when there is so much to love, which is why I give this film an easy green light. One of the best entries in the DCU, and hopefully the beginning of more great things to come as we usher in a new era. Or I guess we have Aquaman 2, fingers crossed. Lilu, one of the things I loved about this film was some of the dark Deadpool-style comedy. Starts with a dozen babies? Yes, I'm saying babies. In mortal peril. That wasn't enough? There's a dog falling to its imminent demise. Lilu, that is some dark stuff. Lilu, can you believe someone would have the nerve to do that? To a sweet, innocent dog? Holy sh! Well, I guess we don't always need a post-credit scene, do we, Lilu? Wait, Lilu? What'd you get over there for?